What's up, Solid Steppers? What's up, Tech the Titans 2.0? This is Miss Ward coming to you from 75 South. Living my best life. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're safe and blessed. I've been out a little bit because I had an incident last weekend where I had some repairs done, some brake repairs done to my vehicle. And when I got on the highway, the caliper bolt and pads fell out about 250 miles away from where I had the work done. Now, I'm not going to throw the company under the bus because they stepped up and did what they need to do. And I'm going to leave that at that. But every day you blessed, you know. So it put me behind a couple of days, waiting on some things to get resolved. And I got back out and had to play catch up. So really didn't have time to make videos, but love you guys to death. Anyway, we're on 75 South, just left Gainesville. Earlier this week, of course, I was over in Destin, Panama City, had jobs in Niceville, Navarre, and of course, we can never leave out Alabama. Definitely had a good time in Alabama. Met some unique people. It's been a great week, and just constantly working on my goals. I don't really put a lot of stuff out on this channel simply because I am constantly working on not only being a better me, but stepping up my game on a regular basis. For instance, when I finish this video, I'm going to get back to listening to Scott Brown in reference to some things regarding Seal Systems. I'm always listening to TMM and Richard Zilka along with Brandon. Those are some of my go-to people, but there's some other people you should check out on YouTube. Steve B is always good. He's really thorough. He reminds me of a Harvard professor. It's so funny because he's he's a great teacher, and he explains what he's doing in the videos in regards to Seal Systems. Has a great video on LG installation compressor. Has a great video on the tubes and different torches. He also has a great video that deals with brazing and why you should use certain materials and things of that nature. But there are a lot of people. There's a great video by a guy. If you look up Jones's Nursery, another great video where he's talking about the different valves he uses. You can learn something every day, and this is what I'm always telling people. You should always be seeking to be not only better, but the best. Because when you find yourself in systems and situations, you always have an option of getting out of those situations because of knowledge. And this is one thing I stay on top of, expanding my knowledge base and my mental and physical library, professionally, personally, you know, and of course, you know, business-wise and skill set. I think that one of the most overlooked skills is the ability to absorb information, execute and apply it. I think if you can absorb enough information, and even if you only have 50 to 70% of that information, start applying, not only will you retain it, but you will be able to take it and make it yours. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you'll be able to get in job situations professionally, business-wise, and on site, and able to work your way out because you have that skill to pull on. You know, people always ask me, well, when are you going to stop this or stop that, and when you know, and I'm looking at them like, I can't believe you got a cap. I ain't got no cap. Like, I'm always leveling up. Like, I am not God. So where am I perfect? Where have I mastered anything in life? I'm just saying. So people that get comfortable they irk me. Because how can you be comfortable being regular? Like, we wasn't put here to be regular, but that's a whole different conversation, honey. This is why I don't deal with mediocre people. Either you're about excellence or I don't really talk to you. Unless you have a skill set or something that's going to teach me or I admire, then I really don't deal with you. And don't take it personal. It's just, what are we going to talk about? I'm talking about how do I get to the moon, you know, in 30 days, and you're like, we'll never get there. Like, what are we going to talk about? I just don't have those people in my atmosphere. in my circle of influence because they're of no use to me. And it's nothing personal. It's just everybody got a journey. Like, people want to sit and complain and blame other people for where they are when you just need to get up off your ass and go do something and better yourself and be consistent. Like, why is it that people think you get certain things overnight? Everything is a compounding effect. Prime example, let's talk about the 5 bank accounts. So you say you got the 5 bank accounts, so you steadily putting money in the 5 bank accounts, and say you haven't. Say you got 1 bank account, every time you look up ain't nothing in there. But if you had multiples and you were just putting stuff away and like not touching it if you can, you know, there are always going to be emergencies, but even if you touch it, it's at least it's emergency money, at least it was there. And I think most people think and talk themselves out of greatness on a daily basis because they think about the negative and what they can't do. And if you take baby steps and address what you can, you'll be extremely successful, like literally. And let me just share some with y'all. Success is not you being a step above where you came from, other people around you. Success is about being light years. I'm a firm believer in that. And that's why my circles, as I elevate, my circles change. It's not that I don't love and care for those people, but at the end of the day, where I'm going and what I'm trying to do, they're not interested in. Doesn't mean I'm any better than them. It just means that we're in different stages and phases in our lives, and I respect their growth. Just like there were people who met me and saw the genius in me, but they also knew I was in my own damn way. You know what I mean? Because I was stubborn, hard-headed, bull-headed, still is, which is one reason why I'm great in certain areas, because I won't give up. But it also becomes a hindrance when you're that way and a perfectionist, which means I don't want to stop until I get it right, get it right, get it right. So I've had to learn how to balance some things in my life, and that's still a process. But at the end of the day, you got to get up on your game, man, and you can't let your game get up on you. You know, and I think that's one thing that as business people and just people in general, we just don't give ourselves grace, and we don't give ourselves time enough to see the compound effect of our work. Like, for instance, I know this gym thing is a whole situation, meaning that you have to go to the gym on a daily basis, and the only time you're going to see results is going to be a compound effect, meaning that if you go every day and get on that treadmill 15 to 20 minutes a day, as one of my trainers tells me all the time, you know, all those things will accumulate along with your nutrition. But all these things work together. You know, I can't get upset and go on an emotional eating session because I'm stressed and think that that's not going to affect my weight and what I'm trying to accomplish. And that's what I'm trying to explain to people. You know, at some point in your life, you really have to understand what works for you, what doesn't. And then you got to invest in being your best self so that you can be clear-headed. Like with me, I know I don't want to eat certain things. I know that if I do certain things, I'm going to get the itis. I know that's going to affect my ability to perform and be clear-headed, because most people don't understand everything is connected. Everything you ingest mentally, physically, and spiritually affects your level of performance. And what you don't understand is that you can only control you. Your outcome, like my business is built specifically around me and my skill sets. Plural, not singular, people, sets. So like when something happens to me, I'll give you a prime example. When the issue happened with my car, everybody was freaking out, like, oh, you could have died, you was on the highway, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we know all that, but I didn't, because I'm divinely protected, and I'm blessed, and I understand that there are things much larger and bigger than me that protected me, so I'm good, and I give homage to that. But also, I also understand I have a skill set where I could have been an angry black woman on the phone cussing everybody out, you know. But what I did was I went through that chain of command, and when I wasn't satisfied, I penned a letter that will blow your socks off. But I couldn't do that if I didn't have the skill set or the patience or the clear mind. And when I sent that letter and that email, the results came back almost immediately, and they cut a check. So I didn't have to go to an attorney. It's things I didn't have to do. But I'm very clear that my accumulated life experience, the summation of everything I experienced in my life professionally and personally, prepared me to handle this situation, not only as a mature adult, but someone with reason and experience so that I would have the best outcome. And that's exactly what happened. That's what I'm talking about. That's maturity and that's growth. And I'm not patting myself on the back because, honey, it took me 50 plus years to get here, okay? And I'm still working on it. So when I tell you to give yourself grace, everything you're experiencing now is preparing you for the success, the success that's sitting there waiting on you. You just have to get out your own way, y'all. With that, I'm finna get focused again on my SEAL system training because wherever the bag is, that's where I'm at. And I realize not only do I have to be able to know that stuff like the back of my hand, but I have to stay on top of the current developments. Like me, give me a R600. I'm good. Let's get it. Because to me, it's no different than R134 because I understand how to handle that particular Freon. But I'm not walking in fear. There are so many people walking in fear, and they are limiting their options and their ability to profit because they won't do certain things. That's fine. Pass it over here. I got ya. But anyway, y'all, like I said, I need to get back on my studies, turning my vehicle into a seminar. And I want y'all to be blessed and enjoy your weekend. I know you missed me. I missed you guys too. Stay blessed.